Hi, and welcome to my channel, Root Yoga Therapy. I'm your certified yoga therapist, Jasmine, and today I'm going to be talking about yoga therapy and asthma and sharing tools to help those of you who struggle with asthma. I myself have been a lifelong asthmatic, so I know that the challenge is real and it's quite scary when we feel like we can't breathe. I'm also 32 weeks pregnant, so in pregnancy, the tendency for asthma to worsen is very common. So I've been using a lot of these tools to help manage my asthma throughout my pregnancy, and these are also things that I help to prevent my asthma even when I wasn't pregnant. And when I was a kid, I was on several medications for my asthma, so I swear by these tools. They've literally transformed the way I feel, the way I breathe, and the way I connect with my body. So I hope you can find the benefit in them too, and I look forward for you joining me in this practice. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to get started just by noticing our basic breath. So one of the things, of course, if you struggle with asthma, you know that it is caused by inflammation. So managing our stress and things that are going to cause inflammation in our body are going to be key. It's important to recognize the breath because for those of us who struggle with asthma, typically we're in a breathing dysfunction where our breath is very short and shallow, and our inhales actually encourage the body to go inward, and our exhales will encourage the body to expand outward. That's known as reverse breathing. So it's important to find a baseline of where you are with your breath. If you're holding your breath, if you're using your obliques to help you breathe, your intercostal muscles to help you breathe, and then we'll offer the transition to actually encourage the diaphragm to strengthen, become the primary breathing muscle as it should be, and really find these broad, deep belly breaths. So go ahead, let's close our eyes. And again, this is a great tool to just simply get a perspective as to where you are on your breathing day to day. So no need to change anything about your breath. Just notice if you're breathing in your chest, how your body's moving when you breathe. Good, and then we're going to start to offer the shift. So placing your hands on your belly, I'm going to find that that's important so you can really feel the movement. As you inhale, I want you to feel your belly pressing into your hands, getting really big. And then as you exhale, start to pull the belly in towards the spine and see if you can breathe out as much air as possible. So one of the things for those of us who struggle with asthma is this idea, like this definition, right? It's the inability to exhale. So it's very common that when we can't breathe, or we feel like we can't breathe, or our breathing's limited, that we want to take in as much air as possible. But the reality is that we need to be expelling or getting rid of as much air as possible. So I know it feels like you can't breathe, but the breathing is just limited. So even the language that we use around our asthma can be really important in how we react or respond to it. So again, finding those nice big inhales, feeling that belly expand into your hands, and then long, strong exhale, belly drops in towards your spine. Good, inhale, big breath. Exhaling and thinking about that exhale even more so than the inhale, because the more air we get rid of, the more space we'll have to bring breath into the body. So just continuing this way, feeling the expansion and contraction of your belly with each passing breath. Go ahead and blink your eyes open. I'm going to use a strap. If you don't have a strap at home, take a moment, pause the video, and go grab something that's similar. Maybe it's a belt or a robe, a strap from a robe, but something to help open up around the shoulders. Because again, typically for those of us who struggle with asthma, our shoulders are rounded, we're caved in, and we're very tight around the chest. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that this hunched over position is considered an assisted breathing posture. So we really want to open up, create a lot more space through the chest, the ribs, the belly, and that'll also help encourage better breathing. So once you have your strap or a similar prop, we're going to take it into the hands, and then as you inhale, just reaching the arms up and back behind you as far as your body will allow. Now again, if you're very tight, that might only be to about forehead height. So just go as far as your body will allow. Exhale, releasing the hands forward and down. Inhale, reaching the arms up and back. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Good, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. Really nice. And set your strap or prop off to the side. Good. Extending your left hand down, taking an inhale, reaching your right arm up. Big stretch through your side ribs. Exhale, coming through center. So again, opening up. Inhale. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, right arm reaches, opening up around your rib cage. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, lift and reach with your left arm. Exhale, back to center. Good, 1 more each side, finding that space through your waist. And last round. Good. Pausing here in center. Again, you don't have to be sitting in cross legs, just any comfortable seat. And then taking your hands right behind your head, again, continuing to find space across the chest. So inhale, press the head into the hands, widen your elbows, maybe shifting your gaze. And then exhale, opening through the back body, chin to chest. Good, notice that my belly's not getting compressed, I'm not hunching down, I'm still staying nice and tall. Inhale, head presses into the hands, heart lifts. Exhale, release. Good, inhale. Exhale, release. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last round, inhale. Exhale. Good, inhale, coming back to center. I'm just gonna rotate my body so you can see what's happening behind me. I'm gonna interlace my hands behind me at my lower back. Again, if this is challenging because you have a lot of tension around the chest or there's a lot of muscle tightness in the chest, go ahead and grab that strap that you chose and place that in your hands instead. Pull your hands down towards your tailbone, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, just gonna gently fold forward, maybe lifting those arms further away from your lower back. And we'll just move in and out of this. So inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, folding as much as your body will allow. Good, 3 more, inhale. Exhale to fold. Last 2, inhale. Exhale to fold. And inhale, stop, coming back to center. And folding back 1 more time. Good, inhale, pressing your way back up. And releasing that prop off to your side. Giving your shoulders a little roll, maybe up, back, and down. Really nice. And then we're gonna shift around, come into a hands and knees position. So I have this blanket here because I find that that's helpful for me on my knees. So I'm gonna place the blanket underneath or across my mat, so underneath my knees. Hands are gonna go underneath my shoulders. Inhale, dropping your belly, scoop your heart forward, find that space into the front of the body. And then as you exhale, rounding in like cat pose. Good, inhale, find your cow shape. Exhale, round. 2 more, inhale. Exhale to round. And last one, inhale. Exhale to round. Good, coming back into our neutral position, we're gonna walk our hands in a puppy dog pose. So the hips are gonna stay over the knees, and I love this pose because it feels so good on the back, through the sides of the body. It really allows the front to stretch. Soften your head down. If the head doesn't touch your mat, go ahead. You can use a block or something similar to help support you. And breathing here, feeling those hips pull back. Good, last deep breath in. Feeling that belly expanding on your inhale. Exhale, navel to spine. Good, carefully walking your hands back in line with your shoulders. And I'm going to use the blocks to help bring my foot through. So if that's helpful to create a little more space in your body, go ahead and place something underneath your hands. Inhale, you're going to reach that right leg back. Exhale, the right foot's going to step forward. We're coming into a lower lunge position. So the back knee staying down on your blanket or mat. And then as you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, lifting into the heart. Good. Inhale, arms sweep forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms. One more. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms. Good. Pause here. Bring your hands right behind your head like we did earlier. Pressing the head into the hands. Lean back. Open your chest as much as your body will allow. Full breath in. Exhale, hands down towards your front foot. Good. Push into the hands. Slide that right leg out and lower the right knee down. Nice job. Sweeping the hips side to side, let that go. And then finding the opposite side, extending the left leg straight back. Exhale, left knee hugs forward towards the front of your hands. Inhale, reaching the arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus and lift the heart. Good, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Again, find that space behind the head. Pull the head into the hands, lifting the heart. One more breath in. And exhale, releasing your hands down. Good. Gently sliding that left leg out and through. Good. Pausing here. Find your way standing on your shins. Good. All face forward just so you can see. So the left hand is going to release down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, down to center. Good. Inhale. Exhale to center. Good. In breath. Exhale, center. One more. Inhale. Exhale to center. Really nice. Okay, so we're going to move on to our backs. just for some extended bridges to really help open through the front of the body. And then we're gonna make our way into a few other little stretches and then find our way into a rest. So go ahead, find your way on your back. Now, oftentimes, it's very common that once you're on your back, for those of you who struggle with asthma or chronic bronchitis or some kind of coughing, you'll trigger a cough. So if you're feeling that, we're gonna show an elevated position for our resting pose so we can really allow the heart to open. And if you're feeling that when we do our bridges, you can always modify by finding an angled position where your head is slightly lifted, and then you would just lift your hips. So I'll show you the angled position just in case those of you would like to take it. So you would make a little shape with the blocks and then layer some kind of pillow over so you're really supported here. And this is the position we'll end up resting in. And you would take your bridge from here. Okay, if you're fine laying flat on your back, you can go ahead and lay flat on your back. So I'm actually going to show the reclined position with the elevation because I'm pregnant. But again, if you are doing this flat on your back, I'll remove this for a moment just to show you what that would look like. It's a very traditional bridge where the feet are down, the shoulders are down, and we'll be here reaching the arms back, okay? So different variations to help suit your needs. Again, because I'm pregnant, I'm going to show the elevated or reclined position. And this is something that's really good for somebody who is struggling with a very more moderate to severe chronic condition in the lungs. So if you're in this reclined position, the hips are going to come to the base of the bolster. If you're laying flat on your back, you're going to be in that flat position with the knees bent. So we'll just start by moving the arms only. Inhale, reaching the arms up and back. Exhale, lowering them down. Good. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, lower them down. And just two more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And just pause here. Soften the eyes. And then start to firm into the feet. And just feeling that activity into the feet, we'll begin to lift the hips. When you're ready, re-blinking the eyes open. Inhale, lift the hips, arms reach, full breath. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lifting into your bridge. Exhale, releasing down. And two more. Inhale. Exhale. And last round. Inhale. Exhale. Really nice. Pausing here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and either roll to one side or use your hands to press you up to that seated position and extend our legs forward. So I'm going to take a little more of a wider stance in the legs just to make room for my belly, but if you're comfortable with the legs together, that's fine. Let's go ahead and grab our strap. We're really looking to stretch through the back of the body, the back ribs, give some space for the lungs to actually open up. And it's funny because most of us think of our lungs in the front of our body, but our lungs are anatomically bigger through the back of the body, so it could be a really nice visual. We're going to hook that strap around the ball of the feet, and then inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, softly folding in. Now again, I'm going to create that little space for my belly. Good, and come up. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gently folding in. And notice how I'm not curving my spine. I'm extending forward, heart towards my toes. Inhale, lift. And let's hold this one. Exhale, folding. So you don't have to go very deep. For some people, that might just look like a little fold. If you have more space, you can definitely walk your hands down towards your feet. And then again, thinking about that breath, expanding into the back ribs, filling up those lungs. Last 2 breaths. And slowly coming back all the way to center. Really nice. I'm just going to revolve. I'm going to keep my reclined position because remember, this is the one we're going to be resting in. Good. I'm going to find a simple cross-legged seat. If you'd like to elevate your hips, go ahead and do so. Inhale, extending your right arm up, and we'll find a little twist. So right arm reaches, little twist over towards the left, just to open through the chest. And it might feel good to plant your left hand down and maybe even deepen the stretch by reaching the right arm up and back as your chest or heart spills open towards the left side wall. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, coming back to center, unwind the body. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, spiraling open to twist. You might be resting the hand just right at the center of the shins or floating the arm up and back and getting that stretch through the belly. And again, this is all about creating space around that torso, encouraging the diaphragm to move freely, strengthening the diaphragm to be that primary muscle as it's meant to be. And then as you exhale, come back down. Really nice. Let's take a gentle fold over the shins. So starting to walk the hands forward, wiggling your way into your hips, and we'll just pause here for 5 breaths. And slowly walking the hands back towards the shins, switching the cross of the legs to offer something into the opposite hip. And then when you're ready, folding in. And then again, noticing that I'm not crunching at my belly. I'm lengthening forward. We're still working a lot of space into the back ribs so we can fill up. And we're still giving a lot of freedom to the belly so we can move in and out as it's meant to. Good. And then gently releasing the hands back towards the shins. Let's make our way back onto our reclined position. So again, if you're comfortable laying flat on your back, then that's great. Otherwise, find some type of elevation. It might even be seated. I prefer a reclined position like this because it'll help open your chest. And it's also a really nice way to focus on breath and move kind of into a meditative state. So again, if the hands on the belly were helpful for you to feel your belly expand and contract, go ahead and plant them there. If you want to continue to find that opening, you can release the arms wide and just feel the shoulders kind of drop back so the heart pops open and we can really get some space in across the chest. So either use of the hands is fine. I'm going to do a counted breath, so we're going to work towards extending our exhale. Remember, we define asthma as the inability to exhale. So it's important here to focus our breath mainly on the exhale and let that inhale just kind of draw in naturally. So let's start just very easy. Inhaling for 2 and exhaling for 3. On your in-breath, breathing in for a count of 1, 2. Exhaling for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2. Exhaling for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's keep that 2 inhale and maybe a 4 exhale. Inhale for 1, 2. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. We call that a 1 to 2 ratio of breath. Inhale for 1, 2. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to continue with that type of ratioed breathing. So always looking for that exhale to be at least 1 beat longer than the inhale. And if you can make that twice as long, if you're doing a 3 count exhale, you're working your, or 3 count inhale, you're working your exhale up to 6 beats long. That breath is going to encourage that exhalation to extend for you to be able to fully release any CO2 that's in the body. And it's also going to encourage your parasympathetic nervous system or your relaxation response to turn on. And that's that part of the nervous system that's going to help fight inflammation. So continuing on with those breaths, inhaling for 2, exhaling for 4. And if you feel you can move towards a 3 count inhale and a longer exhale, please feel free to do what's comfortable in your body. Last 3 cycles. Counting those breaths gently on the inhale. Counting those breaths gently on the exhale. Good. And after your last round, just pause to notice maybe you're feeling a little shift in your body. Maybe there's a little more space, a little more control around your breathing. And if you're in a supine, completely flat on your back or reclined position, go ahead and roll to one side and we'll gently press our way into a seat. Excellent. So I hope some of the information provided in this video is beneficial and helped educate you a little more on the importance of functional breathing, how to optimize your breath for those of us who have been struggling with asthma and have learned something more as a survival technique, and also gave you some stretches to help open the body and kind of return back to a more neutral, more functioning posture that's going to support your health and your breathing. Please feel free to comment on this video, ask questions, and if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, I would love to have you subscribe so you can be a part of everything I'll be offering on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.